It's a day of high-stakes foreign policy negotiations for U.S. officials in Geneva, Switzerland. First, a meeting with Iranian officials for a second round of nuclear talks. And in the same city, diplomats will try to mediate a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine. NBC's Alice Barr with the latest on both meetings.
Hi there. The Trump administration taking on big challenges today on these two long-standing disputes. Iran heads to the table following intense protests that some analysts believe weaken its position. The Trump administration turning to foreign policy today with separate high-level negotiations in Geneva, Switzerland, on Iran's nuclear program and Russia's war on Ukraine. President Trump saying he'll be indirectly involved in the Iran talks.
I don't think they want the consequences of not making a deal. They want to make a deal.
The president sending a second U.S. aircraft carrier to the region ahead of the talks, ramping up the pressure on Iran to curb its nuclear program, as Iranian officials signal some flexibility in exchange for sanctions relief. The U.S. military buildup in the region follows Iran's violent crackdown last month on sweeping protests. President Trump asked Friday about regime change in Iran.
Seems like that would be the best thing that could happen.
He's also referenced last year's U.S.-Israeli bombing campaign that badly damaged Iran's nuclear infrastructure, suggesting further military action is on the table without a deal. In retaliation for any attack, Iran has threatened to close the Strait of Hormuz, choking off a critical global oil pathway. All as top Trump envoys tackle a separate challenge today, mediating negotiations between Russia and Ukraine. Whether Ukraine will have to give up territory remains a central sticking point, closing in on the 4-year mark of Russia's full-scale invasion. Ukraine's president urging allies to help force Russia to peace, as President Trump called on Ukraine to come to the table fast. Back on Iran, officials there have said they won't entirely give up enriching uranium, which they claim is not intended for a nuclear weapon. That, though, likely to be a hard line for U.S. negotiators. The top Iranian diplomat did meet Monday with the head of the United Nations nuclear watchdog to talk possible cooperation. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.